Good evening, America. Hello, Chicago, and what's up, West Side? This is P-Ray of Black Excellence Hour, a show for people with high self-esteem. You could have been doing anything, and I mean anything, on this wonderfully beautiful Sunday afternoon, and you chose to come hang out with us today at Black Excellence Hour, and as always, we appreciate the company. If you are watching live on Facebook Live, and that can be on the Black Excellence Hours Facebook page, or the Intellectual Radio YouTube page, be sure to share the live. Share the live today in studio. I have parts of the team that make Chicago Red pop. Okay, we are popping. In case you did not know, Chicago Red is doing its thing. I have my vice president here, Bashan Tunkel, and our 2A expert, Mr. Dennis White. They are going to be my co-hosts today on the show in studio, because today we went outside. Y'all see I got my MAGA hat on. This is a new hat. Shout out to the War Drummer. He makes us these hats. He is really, really good about like branding us. So instead of saying "Make America Great," it says MAGA with the feather on the side and the Chicago flag. We got the seal and the flag. So, and the American flag. So we got it all representing America on my head. MAGA, baby. These are the Chicago MAGA caps, because this week is the DNC. Lord have mercy. So we're going to talk about the DNC. Lord have mercy. This is like, I'm not even going to get into that. First things first, as we do with every single show, every single time, we are going to get a dose of self-esteem. I forgot to cut the ladies off. Sorry, ladies. Y'all just singing y'all hearts out in the background. All right. We're going to do the same thing that we do with every single show, every single time. And that, friends, is get a dose of self-esteem from the greatest president to ever do it. Okay. Not one time, not two times, but it took us 45 times to get a president that was going to get it right for Black people. See, it was only one president who said Black folks shall build this country. It was only one president who said that this country belongs to you. See, if I had not gone to the White House to see Donald Trump in 2018, I never would have the joy for America that I have in my heart. And that's why this is my guy, my president, our president, my Donnie. It's enough for him to share and enough to go around. That man, friends, is Mr. Donald J. Trump. Let's get this tape rolling. Roll tape.
African Americans built this nation. We built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to get the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense? Right? But through generations of blood, sweat, and tears, and you deserve a government that defends your interests, protects your families, and cares for our own citizens first. My administration is fighting with everyone and all our heart to reverse the pain inflicted by Democrat leaders and to deliver hope and opportunity and prosperity for all Americans, but for African American communities all throughout our land. Our agenda is lifting up citizens of every background, race, religion, color, and creed. But while we are fighting every day to build up our nation, the far left only wants to wreck, ruin, and destroy our nation.
That's right.
All right. That was Mr. Donald John Trump Sr. Again, telling us who is hurting us and who is our friend. And Donald Trump is our friend, a friend of Black folks in America. What is happening? What is going on? Let's get this silenced again.
I'm your mother.
Oh, thank you for being her mama. All right, shout out to Maria meeting her mama Sharon. That was what we just heard.
Oh,
That's another,
okay.
cool thing for the day. However, Today, for real, I got my guys in studio. So, Chicago Red is an organization that is not a monolithic organization. Everybody has to do their part in the organization. This is not a spot where we just come together and we just rah against the Democratic Party and we don't like them. And no, 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 no. We're not doing that in the meeting. In the meeting, we have a defined agenda, defined goals, things to accomplish in order to fulfill our goal of flipping the city red. Nothing more, nothing less. We have to come together, come up with the plan, iron the plan out, go around, shake hands, make friends, do all of the things that are pertinent in order for us to accomplish the goals. Mm-hmm. Now, we've been throwing these rallies. This is our third rally. Today, we went back to Inglewood where the mural was, and it was absolutely amazing. It was actually a complete 180 from what we experienced the first time, which leads me to believe that the people who came out there to harass and malign and attack and aggress us, those people were actually sent to do that. Those people were actually sent to like disrupt us, to throw us off, to just act the fool. Because this time it was absolutely wonderful, gentlemen. I mean, wonderful. So I am going to let you all talk about that briefly. I'm going to get some, we got to get the banner going on the live stream. So we get the banner going while you two tell us about what happened today on 70th in Halsted in the heart of Inglewood. The heart of Inglewood, y'all. Like when they say out south, this is out south, okay? Like south side all day long. I was driving down the street. I saw some people riding horses in the lot. I pulled over and I started to ask them if I could ride the horse too, but I said, no, I got stuff to do. Yeah, I love horseback riding. People were out there barbecuing. I mean, this was like a beautiful Chicago day. So, gentlemen, go ahead. Give me one moment, please. Vashawn, introduce yourself. Tell us what you do for the organization and how you felt today.
Okay. Well, my name is Vashawn, aka the Chicago Conservative. I'm the vice president of the Chicago Red organization, and basically I'm kind of like the media guy for right now, and I kind of just push out our organization when it comes to the internet and stuff like that, preferably YouTube for now. But when it came to the rally today, guys, in Inglewood, man, it was an absolute like knock out of the park, guys, and it's gonna change the whole narrative when it comes to Chicago and African Americans, because a lot of people fail to realize that a lot of people in Chicago that's black love Trump. Now, you can love me, you can hate me, and look, you can deny the facts all you want to, but I mean, I'm out there in the real world. You guys can see the interviews, you guys can see the rallies, and black people love Trump. I'm from Inglewood. So, and it's like, I'm a prime example. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and keep on voting Democrat when there has been no change, 60 plus years to be exact. Right.
Correct.
And like, when I was at this rally as well, like so many people, older guys, I might add, they were just telling me like, man, I've been Democrat my whole life. And like, it has took illegal immigrants, I should say, to come into our country and take all of our resources for me to really realize these Democrats don't give a flying you know what about black people. And it just brought almost tears to my eyes, guys, that African Americans are finally waking up to that plantation that the Democrats have been trying to keep us on for so long.
Yeah, it was like I say, the love that we got out there, y'all, was like incredible. You had, I mean, sometimes you see people like go by and they'll like turn their head, they're like Trump, and we're like, hey, come register to vote. And we were registering people to vote.
Yeah,
people
we were registering
guys. You know, so I mean, just stopping them on the street, like, hey, are you registered to vote? Come on over here and make this play with us. Right. And they're like, oh, cool, yes. Now, I do want to say for the camera that Chicago Red was not directly interacting with Trump interactions. We made sure that was completely separate because we are not mixing our civic organization with campaigning for a candidate while we're doing voter registration. So the voter registration booth is 100 feet away from what we're doing for the record, because you know people be trying to hate. Right. Dennis, what you think about what happened?
We registered 3 people to vote today.
Yeah.
So just imagine if we could do more people that need to register to vote, and then we educate them about their votes and stuff. And the thing about it, what's so wonderful was the older gentleman from Inglewood,
Mhm.
they say, I'm tired of the Democrats. I'm straight Republican.
Right.
The reason why, because we show the example of there could be, if there could be white conservative, if there could be black conservatives.
Mhm.
If the and you're gonna have some black liberals gonna call you a coon, a Uncle Ruckus, a
Yeah.
Uncle Tom, a selling and everything.
Right.
But guess what? They selling out. They sold to the devil, and that's the
Right.
Democratic Ralph hand, aka Biden,
There you go.
aka Kamala Harris.
See, we have to start calling them the Biden-Harris administration.
Mhm.
That way, we don't even have to talk about her and what's going on. We can say, look at the current results of the Biden-Harris administration. Make her defend their record right now. You see
Right.
what I'm
They
saying?
have the same policies.
They had the
anyways,
same policy. She's a part of it.
Right.
So why hasn't she been forced to take accountability for this?
Because the reason why is because they doing the same thing to Kamala by hiding her from the mainstream media,
There you go.
just like they did Joe Biden during the 2020 election.
Mhm.
So you got
Hit him for 3.5 years.
Yes.
Until election year.
Yes.
Crazy.
until he had that brain fart during the debate,
Mhm.
and he was like and stuff. So now they say the Democrats with Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama,
Gosh.
and Chuck Schumer and Kamala Harris say, Joe, we need you. We don't need you as a nominee no more. We're gonna put somebody younger than you because you're not fit to be president.
Right.
Well, he wasn't fit to be president 4 years ago.
Right.
Well, offhand. So now we went from bad to a potential disaster,
Yeah.
and that's Kamala Harris. Because the only thing she do is laugh. Everybody say that she's black. I mean, yeah, from now to November 4th,
There you go.
to November 5th, what's going to happen on November 6th? She going to turn back, she going to transform herself back to an Indian again?
Well, so let's get back to the DNC for a moment. So the DNC is
Oh,
this week.
Lord.
Chicago Red is not going out there, okay? We are not going to throw no rocks, screaming no people. I don't want to go to the United Center. They have the right to have their convention, okay? I don't have to go down there. We don't have to go down there and try to shame them for being foolish, okay? That's what they want to do. We went to the RNC. And aside from those weirdos, the Democrats were not harassing and aggressing us.
Two weirdos. At max.
When I say weirdos, I mean for real weirdo people.
Yeah.
One lady was like this Caribbean lady, and then it was like this super gay dude, and it was they were a mess. But
you can find it on my channel if you guys want to check it out.
I was trying to get away from those people.
So she's not black then, right?
Who?
We know Kamala.
No. This lady, she was black. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. That's not what we're talking about. What I'm saying is, with the DNC, we don't want to bother them. So we got our own list of events that we are doing. Okay, we got a week full of events, my people. If you want to hang out with Chicago Red and see what we have going on, and you don't want to get wrapped up in this DNC farce. Facts. It's a farce. They're about to do. You know that they're giving free abortions and vasectomies at this
I just
event?
heard they were just actually talking about that in my live today. Yeah, that's disgusting.
Who has a convention and says we're going to kill humans and sterilize people for free as a event at the event, or as not an event, but as a perk of the event?
It's just satanic at the end of the day, because we got to think about people like Margaret Sanger. Like, she's a very she started Planned Parenthood, and that's really where all of this stuff comes from. And she was an open Satanist.
Well, she was a spokesperson for the WKKK.
Yeah, and she was a racist too. Yeah. So it's like you're getting all the worst with these type of people from the left, guys.
But
hold on. Wait, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But here's the thing: they always trying to justify abortion is necessary, and then here's another thing: the Democrats, that's their only weapon is abortion. Mm-hmm. So the question is, for black women, do you want the abortion or not? That's the question they need to think about.
I got a better question, but I don't think the people are ready for that, Dennis.
Okay, so what is reproduction rights then?
Well, we're not here to discuss reproduction rights. Right. Yeah, we're here to talk about the schedule for next week, real quick. Okay. Real quick. that's another show for another time because I have a lot to say about that because I do actually have a womb. So
yeah, that's why I like to say I don't want to stay out of that one.
So, but no, we can have this conversation. We can because we can. But right now we're talking about the DNC. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, our guest is actually going to be with us in about 5 minutes. Zoe Lee. She is hosting a rally, not a rally. Well, she's going to do a march, but that's not what I'm talking about. She is going to be hosting a panel tomorrow that Chicago Red is going to participate in. And this is going to be tomorrow, Monday, August 19th. And this panel is to discuss the state of Black America. And we want to figure out how we can leverage our power as Black people. It's going to have, this panel is going to have several guest speakers. I'm going to be one, which is why Chicago Red is in the building. Because again, we have our message that we have to get out as well, a very unique message that we take our time to craft. This is not people just talking off the top of their head. So many people just talking off the top of their head, they're not reading. Right. I always ask people, where did you read that? You didn't read it. That's not real. Oh, I digress. So back to the panel. I just cannot stand ignorant people. You know, they're saying P. Ray don't like Black men. And it's not that P. Ray don't like Black men. P. Ray can't stand ignorance. From men, women, Black, white, orange, yellow, green. Please don't be ignorant. Read.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah, literacy. However, and they're going to talk about how we can demand more from our political candidates. This is going to be tomorrow at 6 p.m. at Jerk Valley, which is 1556 South Pulaski. 1556 South Pulaski. The topics are economic resources for Black communities, Trump versus Kamala, election 2024, Black vote, theft of housing and property, and local and state. Really looking forward to that. On Wednesday, we having a party, y'all. We are having a party. All the DNC are having their little parties with all their tickets and all that kind of stuff. We are having a beach party, okay? We are going outside. Wednesday night, we are doing Sunset on the Democratic Party. That's the name of the party. It is going to be at 5700 South Lakeshore Drive at Truth on the Beach. Truth on the Beach. It is a beautiful restaurant owned by Miss Peyton Wilburn. She has offered us the restaurant to host. We're going to have a DJ. There is a cash bar. I cannot pay for you to drink. We have a concession stand. They sell tacos, chicken polishes, burritos, fries, that kind of stuff, beach kind of concession food. And we're going to have a ball. We are going to celebrate ourselves leaving the Democratic Party. This is an Emancipation Day. You can go to the lake and rinse your hands and your feet in the water and say, I am done with them. Wash those people out of your hands, your hair, your life. So Wednesday, we are going to be at the beach, 5700 South Lakeshore Drive from 7 to 10 p.m. 10 p.m. is when the beach closes. So come, have a drink, shake a hand, make a friend, do a wobble, and get away from the Democrats. Yeah. Moving on.
I know I will.
Yes. On Thursday at our Chicago Red meeting, we are going to be hosting Revolt TV. Revolt TV will be in the building. I'm going to be on this panel with a DNC member, and we are inviting the Revolt TV cameras to come to the Chicago Red meeting. This is going to be our normal meeting place, 5834 West Augusta. This is going to give people the opportunity to interact with Revolt TV because I'm sure they're going to want to talk to more than P. Ray. It's not the P. Ray show, and we got lots of great opportunities and opinions to push out. And as Vashawn can tell you, if we're in front of a bunch of cameras and I'm with my crew, I push back. I'm like,
facts. She said, y'all handle it.
y'all got it. So Revolt TV Thursday night. So we are not going to be worried about these DNC people. We're not thinking about these DNC people. No. We are asking y'all to show us the same grace and sensibility, and don't come bothering us. Don't come messing with us. Don't try to dox people and go to their houses and be a weirdo and get hit in the face with a brick. Like, leave people alone, okay? Leave us alone. Do not come to our city. Do not come into our home and believe that you have the right to aggress us because of our political views. Please don't do that. I'm asking you very politely. We not gonna pull up on y'all. We not going to your events. They having some with Al Sharpton and what's the man's name? What's
Roland Martin?
Roland Martin. Al and Roland right now at Apostolic on 65th. For what? I don't know. Now, we could have canceled the show today and went there and booed them off the stage, right? But we didn't do that because, again, they have the right to say whatever they want to say, even if it is foolishness. Go ahead, Dennis.
You know, you all have they have the right for their First Amendment, and I like this First Amendment, but I love my Second Amendment.
Yeah, facts.
I love my Second Amendment because my Second Amendment will protect my First Amendment and stuff if they want to come to us. And another thing I want to add on to it is that during Kamala Harris rallies and stuff, she want to sign an executive order if she become president, that she's going to sign an executive order for our guns.
Yeah, trying to take our guns away.
She want to take our guns away because of the so-called mass shooting. So my question to her is, where's the mass shooting start at? Because Chicago, there's a shooting incident every day. They don't call it a mass shooting. They don't call them
mass shootings, though,
but
which is the crazy part.
Yes. So why is it that, because they still stuck what happened in Sandy Hook, which I don't want nothing to happen to no kids and stuff like that. Uvalde, all the stuff. And then when they say, well, Uvalde, they don't care about that. But it was the police who did not try to save the kids. Now, what if the teachers would have been armed?
Could have saved some lives.
What if the teacher would have been armed in Nashville when 6 people got killed, 3 staff members, 3 children? And then the first thing that Kamala Harris and the Democrats blame are the AR-15s, Roth hand. They ain't looking at the handguns commit more shooting than the AR-15. So the question is, if let's say you disarmed us, the United States, the crime will go up because criminals don't obey gun control laws.
Wait, hold on. To that point, this brings me to a clip that I want to play from Kamala, and then we're going to go to Zoe because she is now on our live line. And you can give us a call, 773-345-9977, 773-345-9977. Listen to what our vice president said she's going to do on day 1. Roll tape.
My name is Sally Hartman. I'm a volunteer with the Center for Worker Justice. I want to know, when you become president, would you be committing to close the immigration detention centers? Absolutely, on day 1.
On day 1, she's releasing all the illegal criminals. Lord have mercy. What is going on? What? How? On day 1, Kamala is letting all the illegal criminals out. Keep that in mind. Hold that thought. Make a bubble. Hold a thought. We're going to bring on Zoe because she is doing her rounds. Zoe Lee, my sister, my lady. Welcome to Black Excellence Hour.
God bless. You hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Making sure. What's up?
What's up? I hear you got a lot of stuff going on.
Hands on deck. All hands on deck at first. All hands on deck to me is like Miss Jessica Jackson told me when I first started this last year. We got to get to number 4. So when she means that, Elijah Muhammad was doing what he was doing, Dr. X was doing what he was doing, Dr. King Jr. was doing what he was doing, Big Gregory was doing what he was doing. So they were trying to get us liberated, freedom. And so she said, we all got to get to 4. So as Black people, regardless of, who you vote for, you should not be falling out with friends and all that shit. It's ridiculous. But, however, as I've been fighting this fight with the city of Chicago, I've realized that the Democratic Party is not for Black people. And I think that it's kind of hard for people to cope with that. I guess it's like a breakup, and you already know how breakups are. I've never been a committed person. That's just me. So I don't care for neither one of these parties, but I've always been loyal to Black people. And that is my first love, regardless. So regardless of who you guys vote for, I feel like I want to protect Black people. And what I've seen with the Democratic Party, they do not care for us. They do not love us. They're toxic. They're everything what they say the Republican Party is. And it may hurt, just like a breakup will hurt. But you're not going to continue to stay there, And I say that experience, I guess, with my relationship.
Wait, hold on, Zoe. The listeners say that they're having a hard time hearing you. Do you have us on speakerphone?
No, do you hear me now?
Much better, much clearer.
You hear me better?
Okay.
I had to take my headphones out. Do you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So just say that the Democratic Party is not for us. And I understand that a lot of Black people don't want to understand that. We're not trying to hear that, but they got to look at this as a breakup, and a breakup that at the end of the day, this is your person that you love, you care, the most toxic person, but they love and you care for this person, you don't care no matter what, but morally, and this is just ain't you, this is just not right. So when I say that is the Democratic Party has been playing us for some time. They've been playing our ancestors for some time, but at the end of the day, they were trying to get us to where we are now. Mm-hmm. So saying that is that it's our turn. We're the new adults, and I realized that this is the 60th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act, 1964. And as you know, like Dr. King Jr. said, we believe they, put us on the wrong path, and this time we're coming to get our check. This election, we need our economic resources. Simple. Y'all have to take the emotions out of politics and look at this as a business. We are a Black business. We are a unit. We are a Black business. And they look at that like that. We are the biggest bank. Okay, we are running America, and we're not getting pennies. Our properties are being taken. As you know, Christiana Powell, if you looked at what, she was on the news Friday, it was a mass eviction, 3 generations. They took her house, illegal foreclosure. I've been working with her since last year. I know the whole story. Those reverse mortgages, but they changed her to conventional without her knowledge, and her payments start going up. But you can't get no help out here, and they have it set up that we can't get any help. And this is the party that talks about democracy. This is the party that's telling us right now our freedom is on the line. Now, the House ends that are gatekeeping, just like how they used to do back in the day, their freedom is on the line because them checks that they're getting from APAC or whoever these people are to keep us down is on the line.
Well, Zoe, it's interesting that you say that because I sat in on one of those Kamala calls, and that's exactly what they said. This is about preserving our way of life.
Yes. Yes, it is. And I want us to understand that we don't all got to get along, but we got to move as a unit. This is, you got to look at this as a science project. When this in this group, and you may not even, just might be the weirdest nigga in the classroom, but you got to get this A. So y'all gonna do what you got to do to get this A, and then you go your way. And that's what we have to do for this election.
Thanks.
I have a march tomorrow 55th Street, 55th and King, marching to 18th Street for the Black Agenda. I feel like I have a Black agenda, and I would love to give it to the Republican Party because I it to Kamala's party. When I told her that it was a Black ultimatum, I told them it was a Black ultimatum because they owe us 60 years. With the Republican Party, this is the Black agenda. And this is the agenda that at the end of the day, we need to go back to where we originally came from. People can argue about them history lessons. People can go back and forth about Bible study, Bible stories and all that shit. We are at a race of emergency. And at the end of the day, it's just because we have not risen up. We have not made these people uncomfortable. We are the people who built this country. We are everything. We just have not risen up and said, what the fuck?
You gotta watch your mouth.
Everybody coming here. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, sorry.
Okay. Why haven't we gotten our resources? They always telling us something. They always giving us something. Even these crooked clergy, these crooked Black politicians, it's always, we got to do extra steps. But when they meet with every other nationality, it's simple, just like this. And I'm watching it when I'm going down to the city committee meetings and the city local council. And my thing is, our ancestors did what they had to do to get us to where we are. So we don't got to be out there in the masses like the Palestinians.
Right.
We have our vote. We have our vote. And nobody can't tell me that if majority of Black America gets up and say, you know what, we're about to go see what's going on the Republican side, that the Republican side is going to say, oh, no, go back. Go back. Please. No, we are a business, and that's how we have to think. Okay? And the Democratic Party has been just leeching off of us. We're the highest in everything. Okay? You can't get to any of these high representatives that are supposed to take care of us because, you know why? Because they may be Black, but their chief of staff is a racist white woman. Then underneath that, it's a Latino racist white person. They have made supremacy what supremacy is. You can't supremacy no more than the Democratic Party.
Negrophobia is what I call it. Straight negrophobia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't. You sit here talking about Trump being racist. You sit here talking about the Republicans being racist. But you got your own people being prejudiced against you because they are slaves with salaries. Them are slaves with salaries. Okay? And we're just in the field. But this time, it's free labor still. And then they may, if you do say something, get a little mad. Look, here's some welfare. Here's a Section 8. You got roaches and everything in there, but hey, and if you say anything, then you're going to take it away. Take it all. Please take it all and give me my money so I can take care of my community. Take all of it. Take the Section 8, take the welfare, take that Obamacare, take all that stuff and give us our money so we can take care of ourselves. Because you know if you do that, they know if they do that, the Democrats know if they do that, then they cannot keep making money off of our oppression.
So what time is your march starting tomorrow?
It starts at 11 a.m.
At 55th and King Drive.
55th King, and I'm walking to farther. Let me walk to McCormick. Gregory did his 55th place to 18th Street in 1968. They did it in the evening this time. They did it in the evening this time. I do it in the morning. Because in the evening, I am holding the panel on the west side. They say that's the best side, but my mama from the south side. Oh.
You want to come where the sun shine bright. I understand.
Yeah, but what I do love, I know if I got to end up wrapping this up, I love that Chicago is coming together. I love that the West Side, South Side is coming together.
Yes.
I love that how we shut down the city. I love that we're making history. I love that we are putting Chicago on the map. Chicago was the last place to play with. I am not from Chicago. I'm born and raised in Albany, New York, but my mama's from Chicago, born and raised. And they was not going to play with my mother. And that's just what it is. I love y'all. I love you, P-Ray. All hands on deck. Kings that are in there, I love y'all too.
We love you
now,
too.
We need y'all. That's another reason why. They're trying to silence our men. Okay, if our men say anything, they're sexist, they're racist, they're homophobic, they're all this shit. No, they can have opinions. This shit getting real weird out here, and I don't like it. And that's it.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Like I always tell everybody, you my sister. We's together. So anytime you want to come by the show, let me know, and I will definitely give you some time to shine and do you.
I love you. All hands on deck.
All hands on deck. See you, love.
Thank you.
773-345-9977. 773-345-9977. To her point, I want to play this song that Kodak Black made about my Donnie. So Trump is now in a Kodak Black song. This song could be nominated for a Grammy, and Trump can get a Grammy, or Trump could I don't know, go to the BET Awards and perform this song. But y'all check this out. Wait, hold on. Let me try it again. Let me try it again. Let me get it going, because I want y'all to hear it. Rotate.
More security, more fairness. I'm with the candy, work it, stand me. Keep it back, I got these credits. Ain't nothing bigger than the family. I'm too poor, they ain't understand me. I need help, they ain't wanna hear me. They not us, I don't wanna near me. You better stand me. Scoreboard, this is roll call. I'm on board. I'm on board, it's your board. When some called, I was on tour. That was my winning in the Joe Rolls. After Balenciaga was the store call. Miami, Skyami, Miami. You gotta get that big body work, that make your body first.
All right, so Kodak Black, who was a huge time rapper, just made a song with 50 Foreign. It's called On Board, but it's ONBOA47RD. This is a Trump song. Gen Z has entered the building, and they too are MAGA. See, I told people, like the little girl say, Young Thug. I mean, no, that was Boosie's daughter on the meme. She's like, I told y'all he was coming home. Yes, I told y'all black people are going to get on board with the MAGA movement. Everybody, you wasting your time. That ain't going to work. Chicago will never flip. Nobody wants to hear that. Black people are going to be Democrats. And while it's high on the city tape, we all going MAGA, baby. It's MAGA time. Yeah. So, with that being said, I also want to let you guys know I just got an idea from a gentleman in the live chat on the Intellectual Radio page. He said that we should host a political tent revival and set up a tent and bring the heat. Now, that leads me into our move that we're going to be making next Sunday at the same spot on 70th House that they love. So today, the men came. And the men came because they wanted to make sure that the area was safe and that, people wouldn't come and do weird things. And this was a great turnout. We had about maybe 20 people out there who came. Again, they were just there to survey. They said next Sunday they want to do the play again. This time they're going to bring the women and the children, and they want to have a bouncy house. They want to have a tent. They want to do everything. So maybe this will be the political revival. We can tell people, if you need to be politically revived, join us next Sunday. That's a ball. We're gonna massage that in Chicago Red. I like that idea. Shout out to correctional officer. That was a very good point. But Sean and Dennis, after being in the organization, both of you are been in the organization for months. How do you see do you feel like the organization has progressed? What has been your experiences in the organization?
You broke the, and what I mean by that, you was out there first on national TV, and that's what started the train moving right offhand. So because of you the one who did this, and that's what draw more people to join Chicago Red, and or they say, well, I'm going to leave the Democratic Party. So that's one thing about it. So it's more than that. It's more like P. Ray broke the mold here in the city of Chicago when she was on Fox News, Newsmax. She out there busting her tail, trying to liberate everybody. Hey, look what's going on here in Chicago. Are you happy while Biden is in office? Will you be happy if Harris be elected in office, or are you much better when Trump was in office? So you gave them three options to think about. So when them gentlemen came, they say, I heard someone talk to me say, "Hey, I'm tired of messing with the Democratic Party." So so the shadow belongs to you, to be honest with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I just want to piggyback on what Dennis said when it came to you inspiring, because I didn't know anything about you before I saw you on Fox News, but it's still like people like us out there. And when I seen you on Fox, I'm like, wow, like they got people like here in Chicago. And it's not just me, the only one that's thinking like this. You never know who's watching. And then when it comes to the organization, when I first joined, I mean, I thought you guys were, what I'm saying, already like popular. So I thought I was just a part of the, just on the side. But yeah, P. Ray definitely looks out for us, and she's definitely exposing the Democratic Party as she should be, because they're definitely not for African Americans at all. And then I think it only skyrocketed after. Well, let me just go down the list. First, I think it started with P. Ray and Fox, and then after that, it was the rally in Racine, Wisconsin. That kind of like skyrocketed her. And then when we went to the RNC, I think that.
Tell us about your RNC experience.
The RNC was not gonna be 3 days like the DNC. We ain't cheap like the DNC. So it's like, man, the RNC was so diverse, guys. Like everybody, like there was no hate at all. Like I said, it was only like 2 paid actor protesters, I believe. So not really real protesters, but man, like I said, I learned a lot. I got to saw JD Vance. I saw really everybody when it came to Donald Trump. I'm saying, the GOP. It was amazing, guys. And P. Ray definitely comes through with her promises, guys. And these are the people that African Americans really need to start surrounding themselves with. I don't really think it has anything to do with color. Like when you surround yourself with genuine people, you're going to start seeing your life change. That's just my opinion. And then with the NABJ, after the NABJ was over with, they was taking pictures of, like, I was on Fox News. I actually was on 3 news platforms: ABC, Fox, and what was the last one? WGN. Yeah. And it's like what P. Ray was saying earlier, like when the press come and if she not there, like she just gonna give it to the organization. And I just thank God, like, that I just happen to be the vice president of Chicago Red at the moment. And it's just really just showing like our support for not just Chicago, but for America, because people need to fail to realize, like, we are all the same. Everybody's struggling out there. I just want to use this example with JD Vance. Like, even though he's white, like he didn't really see privilege like how African Americans think that white people get. Like he grew up poor, type of things. Like he basically had nothing, and now this man is about to be the vice president of the United States. So that's the American dream. Excuse me, that's the American dream that people are looking for. And it's just like, I honestly think that our organization is going to skyrocket from now.
Yeah, I can't wait. We got a caller. Yeah. We got a caller. We're gonna take the caller, and then we're gonna rock out. Okay, we're rocking out. So let everybody relax. If you are again watching on any social media platform, that could be Black Excellence Hour on Facebook, Intellectual Radio on YouTube, or the Black the Chicago Conservative on YouTube. Share the live. We are rocking out today. We got Chicago Red in the studio, and I love my clique, y'all. When I tell y'all we have a ball, and like we don't fuss, we don't fight.
Yeah, it's no drama.
No tussling. It's no drama. It's all calm. You know, it's a vibe.
But you're gonna see it tomorrow morning on the west side over there at the United Center. You're gonna see plenty of drama there. Woo! So get your popcorn ready.
Full tomorrow morning.
And I'm a little nervous too because they're blocking off too many streets like we was talking about earlier. Like people are predicting that something big is going to happen at this DNC. I just hope everybody be safe. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, like you said, we might have to stay away from that because I was probably gonna do some interviews like around like outside of the United Center and stuff like that, but it's like I've been hearing too many, you know, I wouldn't even say conspiracy theories, like, because it's starting to make sense because they're blocking off way too much like traffic in streets. I mean, it starts tomorrow, I believe. So I mean, that would make sense now, but like, why are you doing this like, you know, a week, like 2-3, like it was so like you sent me an article with Brandon Johnson, right? And he was out there as well, like blocking up streets and traffic and stuff like that. I'm like, man,
it's wild. Like I say, lock your doors and grease your pistols. It's not a game. Facts. Let's take a caller. Welcome to Black Excellence Hour.
Well, let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah.
I'm going to play you 30 seconds of the Democrats' new theme song.
You playing it? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
I can't hear you. Are you playing it? We don't want to have air.
Oh.
Well.
You couldn't hear it?
No, we can't hear it.
Well, anyways, I cut off.
The Disco Inferno song. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Yes. You told me about that.
Love when Minnesota was.
You actually blew it. I was gonna like do that later in the show, but that's okay. We'll still play it for you.
I thought you're ending your show already.
No. We're gonna power through.
All right. Well, anyways, I was trying to send you a message on Facebook, but it's still pending for some reason. So.
How was I understand you went to the rally and where was it? Woodstock today? Yeah. How was it?
It was up in Woodstock. Yeah, it was well attended by about 2,000 people. Mike Mandel, the pillow guy, was. Charlie Kirk said he's going to be going to Madison, Wisconsin 3 times this to help gather support for Trump and things. It seems like there's a lot of good conservative college groups that are starting to form now. So I'm glad to hear that because college is woke, but. It was very well attended. Mark was there, and a lot of people, common friends were there. And it was almost like how they have the boats with all those big Trump signs hanging off the boats. Mm-hmm. Well, they had all these cars. It was just amazing. Just these huge flags on pickup trucks, and people had stickers all over the cars, and it was a really great time. Nice, a very nice venue. Like I said, very well attended too. But that Disco Inferno, man, that's the Democrats' new theme song for Kamala Harris, because they just let their cities burn, baby, burn.
Yeah, we just want them to keep that down there by the United. Don't come to the neighborhoods, please.
Tim Walz is literally letting his city burn, baby, burn.
Yeah,
literally though.
Yeah, well, that's why that's got to be their theme song. Burn, baby, burn.
Right. Pretty accurate.
Listen, Jeff. Well, thanks for being in the studio with P. Ray. She's quite the leader, and you guys are good to support her, and we got to keep this movement going.
Thank you, Dennis. I'm sorry.
Dennis.
Thank you, Jim. Sorry. I'm looking at Dennis, thinking Jim. Thank you, Jim.
You got too many men in your life, baby.
Lord have mercy. Don't tell the people my secrets.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. 773-345-9977. We have our producer in studio as well. Do we have more time? We wrapping it up. Oh, yeah, we got time because again, I got my guys in studio. I'm telling you, this is my crew. Sometimes, y'all, when you doing this work, you feel so lonely, right? Because you got weirdos just popping out the woodwork. You got weirdos who don't want you to do the work, right? Mm-hmm. So even with this rally today, I got like mad calls, call after call after call after call after call. P. Ray don't go. P. Ray don't go. It's not gonna go good. They gonna do this. These people gonna do that. They gonna pinch you. Blah 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 blah. I mean, all morning I always tell them, gentlemen, my hair is turning white. Nobody cares, and they're like, we care, P. Ray, but it's nothing we can do about it. But I say all this to say that they be bullying me or trying to bully me, because you know you can't bully a bully, and P. Ray's not gonna be bullied. However, what we know is that, again, that's a type of weirdo. So you got the weirdos who don't want you to progress, the weirdos who try to put fear in your heart, the weirdos who try to make you feel timid, right? That's a one tranche of weirdos. Then you got the weirdos who are coming from the Democrat side. And these weirdos are like, hey, you're stupid and you're a coon and you don't like yourself and you don't want to be anything but under white people, and this is what you're doing. Conversely, you got Democrats who tell you, well, just leave those Republicans alone and come back over here with us. Come back to our side. It's not too late. I'll introduce you to people. You'll be at the same level you are at the Democratic on the Republican side, and I will help you reintegrate into the Democratic Party. Then you got the weirdos who are like just straight haters. I mean, when I say haters, I mean haters. All they do is make up lies and keep up confusion and just try to block, and they try to bury you, and then you pop up out the soil like a beautiful sunflower, right? Mm-hmm. It's too much. And so when it gets to be too much, I call my crew and I'm like, yo, let's do something. We got to figure this out, what to do. Help me talk through this. Can you talk to these people? I want you guys to have these conversations so that we are not putting this all on P. Ray. And they show up, y'all. They show up. If I'm like, yo, I got this stuff and I got this little car and all this big stuff, I need somebody to show up and move this stuff around for me. They show up. And when people get out of control with me in person on my feet, they show up.
Okay. And we're gonna show out.
And they gonna show out.
We're gonna show out.
Me knows I'm showing up.
And showing out.
Facts, yeah.
So
all I gotta do is say I'm a 2A activist. And that's all I'm going to say about that. That should give you a hint right there. But you know something? Those the one who that don't hate on us. Mm-hmm. They hate themselves for the lack of knowledge.
True.
So when they hate themselves, they spread that hate among everybody. Don't talk to this person because she's a Republican. Don't talk to that. Don't talk to him. He's a conservative and stuff like that. I mean, do you want to have a neighborhood, or do you want to still have the hood and stuff? So some of you all need to ask yourself that question, because you know, if we go through 60 years of a stranglehold of the Democrat Party, the governor that's a Democrat, and then you got the city, you got the mayor, and then you got the city council, they Democrats. Then you got the county president, she's a Democrat. So what you got? You got the plantation right offhand. Well, it's really up to you on November 5th. Do you want to vote for Kamala Harris and stay on the plantation? Or do you want to vote for Donald Trump? At least he'll put some money in your pocket. At least you'll get that mind frame out of that plantation. But here's another thing. You all over here now, I'm going to point you all out. You all over here.
Oh, Lord, Dennis.
Sean, behave yourself.
I got you.
During the Floyd riot and stuff like that, you burn half of Minneapolis, Chicago down. You almost destroyed New York City down. Correct. But then you over here want justice for a criminal who pointed a gun at a pregnant woman and stuff. You don't want to talk about that.
You know my daughter, because I told them George Floyd not fentanyl. She's like, it says it right here. Right. I'm like, look, baby, it's okay. You know, mommy, I text you. Girl, forget them people. Mommy gonna text your phone. Yeah, but they're mad.
That's the problem, though, when it comes to but even grown people do that. Though. Yeah, and they're actually worse than kids, because I've had a few friends that say, "Oh, the police killed George Floyd." I feel like the situation could have been handled better. But you got to realize first. I'm gonna just say this: you only need 3.0 grams of fentanyl for it to be deadly. George Floyd had 11.0 grams of fentanyl in his system. So he was already cooked. He was dead off rip. So, and then when people say, oh, George Floyd was on the ground, the officer had the knee in his back. Did you guys see the whole footage? First of all, the police officer had him on the ground, on like he was just sitting with his back towards the wall. And basically, when he put him in the car, he tried to put him in the back of the car. He eventually did. And George Floyd, before he was on the ground, he said, I can't breathe. This is before he even the ground.
But see, here's the thing. We ignored the truth and accept the lie.
Yeah.
So that's the problem right there. And then next thing, you know, you burn up black business. Now, black business, you know what? It's going to take probably never that we're going to recover back of our business.
No, so the thing is this, in Chicago, at least Austin, we didn't have that. Now, it was rioting, it was looting, but the looting was at the beauty supply store and the liquor store.
Black businesses,
and
right.
That was it. Because the black businesses, people were like, nah, we're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? And two, they didn't tear up Walmart. Like, the West Side still got a Walmart. But people are like, oh, they took the Walmarts out the city. I'm like, they selling a whole lot of stuff on North Avenue and Costner every day. So it's not about them necessarily tearing down the neighborhoods. It's the mentality that went behind it. Because I remember that day I was asleep on the floor. This is a hypothetical story for everybody to hear. This is all hypothetical. Hypothetically speaking. Hypothetically speaking, I was at my house sleeping on the floor because it was a hot day. Hypothetically, my cousin came in the house and said, cuz they looting. Hypothetically, I got up and I got dressed. Hypothetically, I got in my car. Hypothetically, I was driving down the street and I saw a man sitting down on a chair and he said, baby, today is free day. I said, sir, what does free day mean hypothetically? And he said, everything for free. Go get what you want. I say, what? He said, yes. Go down to that liquor store. I said, all right, hypothetically. Hypothetically, I pull up, I'll go in, and it is just mayhem. I'm like, whoa, hypothetically. And then I get this box of Buzz balls, hypothetically, and then I walk out and someone handed it to me. And I was like, wow, hypothetically, this is so nice. So then that night, hypothetically, there was another liquor store spot that people were saying they were going to go to. So hypothetically, I was there. I walked in the spot, hypothetically. When I walked in, hypothetically, they said, Ray, what is you doing up in here, hypothetically? I'm like, I just wanted to see. They said, get out of here, hypothetically. And then they brought this big old box of stuff to me and was like, yo, don't do stuff like that. You are just so adventurous, hypothetically. Stay out of these situations. And I was like, wow. But I say all that to say that it was hypothetical. All that was a hypothetical story. I say all that to say that people were not shooting, people were not killing. It was the fact that Lori Lightfoot said, do not riot. I also know that when I was just driving around, the people who were rioting and looting were not Black people from these neighborhoods because these people had actual tools. They had chain cutters, saws, axes, or is axi, I don't know how you say axe plural, but axes, all kind of stuff. So they came to tear our neighborhoods up. And that was the problem. And now we see that Kamala and them are setting up the same scene because Brandon, if you all don't know, has acquiesced to some protesters who wanted to protest closer to the United Center. However, do you know when we went to the RNC, the security perimeter was very tight.
Yeah.
So they wanted to protest in a spot within the security perimeter or near the perimeter. And of course, Secret Service said no. Well, they said, we're going to call Brandon's cell phone and we're going to fix you. And now Brandon is allowing them to have this protest space in a space that it was not supposed to be in. They have a stage. They said all push for the protesters. So they're about to tear up, y'all. That's why they got the whole downtown boarded. Everything downtown is boarded up right now, like it's about to be a hurricane, because people know that these people are coming here on drama. And it's like, why us? Somebody said that they believe that they are bringing these people here so they can tear up Chicago and rebuild.
I believe that
even makes sense.
It don't make sense. However, let's look at what's going to happen after the DNC. Brandon Johnson is pushing to get rid of ShotSpotter.
True.
And that's the problem that I'm facing right now, because the neighborhood do need ShotSpotter, but at the same time, law-abiding citizens need to be armed at the same time, just in case he do take ShotSpotter. And like we need to clean not only the federal election with the presidential election, but we need to get rid of some of these Democrats that's running City Hall, the state of Illinois, Brandon Johnson.
He gotta go.
And the county, Tony Taxwinkle. So we need to get rid of. It's time for us to focus on that after the election.
Drain the swamp.
Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp. But this election is important. But after November, now, if Trump wins, please do not start a riot. But Antifa, you need to go home to your parents. Go in that basement, play that Super Nintendo. Don't do nothing. Dye your hair with that Kool-Aid, and then try to do me a favor. Find a job, because I know most of you all are not working. So, but if you do anything that I don't like, I'm going to handle my business with this. That's all I'm going to say about Antifa, because they the main one. Now, I was on Instagram earlier today. They show a video of somebody from Antifa spray painting a car in Logan Square. In Logan Square.
FU on somebody's car. Yeah.
In Logan Square. He did this in Logan Square and stuff. So just imagine that. And so that was Antifa who did that, because nobody in Chicago ain't gonna put FU on nobody else's car.
Because you're too scared to get caught.
Yeah.
They're
not, and people in Chicago, we're not. They ain't gonna call the police. They're gonna call the police after a beatdown, but they're not gonna call the police after, because of that. So it was Antifa who doing it, because they anticipate that Antifa is gonna come here and start a lot of problems with the Palestinian protesters.
Oh my God! So Lord have mercy. So they said that they're gonna do their big one this week. They're coming to do their big one. And I mean the big one as in the big protest. It is going down this week, because that the Chicagoland area has the highest Palestinian population in the country. And they are going to be at Union Park on Lake and Ashland. By the way, we had a Trump rally on Lake and Ashland in 2020, but I digress. They're going to be there, and then they're going to be marching all around that West Side area. So they're gonna be, like I said, big things happening. People are saying, as you said, something's big gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna happen, but they're saying, I don't know, within the social media space, that they expect for something to happen around McCormick Place. So I'm not sure.
So they're going. So traffic gonna be blocked then.
Yeah, well, traffic is already blocked.
I mean, all the way from Lakeshore Drive all the way to the United States, they gonna block all traffic, Ralph.
Well, I know what I wanted to tell y'all too. Tomorrow, Jim Crow Joe is going to be
that jackass.
Lord have mercy. I'm about to play something for y'all. I just thought about it. Shout out to Jamie Harrison. He is the chair of the DNC, and me and Jamie are Twitter friends. And I appreciate Jamie because he real country. I mean, he is countrified from South Carolina, and he's a really good guy, and he works hard. And I keep telling him, Jamie, after you all lose, don't let them blame you. Don't let them throw you under the bus, because you really worked your job, Jamie. Okay, like if anybody worked, it was Jamie. But Jamie did an interview today, and he talked about how they are going to basically eulogize Joe Biden tomorrow. They're going to give him his flowers.
No diapers.
What the world?
I know this is embarrassing. I think that this is like so disrespectful. But they're about to march him up off the stage.
Are they saying he's gonna die?
Yeah, I'm about to tell you.
I thought it was a funeral. They was practicing for a funeral arrangement.
Right. I'm getting ready.
Let you guys listen to it for yourselves. We're all
about to kick the bucket.
I'm telling you. Listen, Jamie said that they are about to, like literally. Okay, here we go. Rotate.
There's a phrase that we often say. It's about time that we give him his flowers. That we show this president our appreciation for all that he has done. Joe Biden is probably the most transformational president.
Oh, you want me to pause it? Oh, what happened? Oh,
God just took the word from the devil.
Okay, well. Harrison speaking, the chair of the DNC. This is a young man. He is a black man, and he said that Jim Crow Joe has been the most transformational, dynamic president of his lifetime. Want to know why? Because he locked up the most black people of any president ever, or responsible for the most black people going to jail. He is also the last living Dixiecrat. He is also responsible for every crime bill to come across the Senate. He is also responsible for the welfare reform act that in the 90s made a lot of black people hungry. He is also responsible for aiding in the Iraq war and the Afghanistan war, because at that time he was the senator from Connecticut. From Delaware, from Delaware. He is also responsible for the inflation that we have right now. He is also responsible for the open border. He is also responsible for the cartel. He is also responsible for the fentanyl. He is also responsible for the overdosing. He is also responsible for the measles in the Chicago public schools.
And don't forget, 13 soldiers died in Afghanistan.
13 soldiers that died in Afghanistan when he haphazardly left the country. That's what Jim Crow Joe is responsible for. And tomorrow they are going to give him his flowers for disenfranchising black folks and making the lives of black Americans difficult for over 50 years.
Crazy.
Why are people still supporting the Democratic Party? Why are black people, no, for real, like this, let's just move all emotions to the side. Mm-hmm. Why are black people still lining up to clap and give their support to the Democratic Party?
I can partially answer that just to my knowledge, because when you what black people hear from the Democratic Party for over 60 years is free. We're going to give you free this. We're going to give you free that. We're going to give you free health care. We're going to give you food stamps, so basically free food. We're going to give you Section 8, was basically a free house, or you basically have to pay little to nothing to live there. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, you're basically buying the vote. That's what the Democrat has been doing, like for me personally, I think it was over 100+ years, but I'm gonna just say 60 years just to be accurate. But it's like, when it comes to African Americans, we always trying to take the easy way out because we feel like we've had it so hard, we can't really like endure anymore. Mm-hmm. But me personally, I think we've endured so much, even when it came to slavery. Like, why can't we overcome this as well? Because when you think about black families and African Americans that was in the 60s and 70s, they were well better off than African Americans now.
Correct.
It was way easier for African American to buy a house, way easier for them to, basically just living in general. Now, I'm not saying everything was sweet and dandy, but I'm just going to stick to policies for a second. As far as just living habits and stuff like that, way easier. And then when it comes to inflation nowadays, thanks to Joe Biden and Bidenomics and stuff like that, like it's just ruined the country. And a lot of people fail to realize that a lot of countries are getting rid of the U.S. dollar because
yes, they are.
The value of the U.S. has become so like. It basically is about to become insignificant. That's why a lot of people are trying to get silver and gold now, because that's going to be the new currency in soon. But just when it comes to African Americans, man, like, and then I just feel like it's just a lack of knowledge, because when it comes to other ethnicities, Asians, and you know what, I'm gonna take, because I think it's a culture problem, not a skin problem, because you have Africans coming here to America, becoming doctors, lawyers, and getting the best jobs. And then you simultaneously have black people that was born in America saying, the white man is doing this and the white man holding me back. But that didn't stop the African from doing it.
That's the thing. So with that, you got to remember that the Africans send their best. So you can't compare their best to our worst.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what starts. And then that's what I start. That just starts in the household. That's when it comes from family values. Like, it all depends on what the parent is showing or exposing to their kid. Now, if they're sitting there, but what is considered their best? That's what we really got to start asking ourselves. Like, is their best and our best not the same, or like which best is better? You know what I'm saying? Who's determining what's best?
So in order to be able to immigrate to the United States before Joe got in office, you had to be like well qualified for the embassy people to approve you.
For sure.
So it's not like a random coconut picker coming and he gonna come over here and become a doctor. No, that man who came over here to become a doctor, he already had a degree in biology before he left.
But what makes it surprising to me is he's doing this in a country that has little basically no resources as many as they have in America. So, and that's a little reason why they're coming to America in the first place, because it's more opportunity and more resources here. So we grow up with more resources. We grow up with less stress when it comes to everything, when it comes to living and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't when it comes to other countries, I'm not sure how they live and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure America is far well better than these other countries.
Yeah, but you gotta know that again, if you're gonna compare Deontay, who's sitting in his mama basement and play the game and smoke weed every day, you can't compare him to Mamadou, the African doctor.
Right.
Because Mamadou, the African doctor, was not sitting in his mama basement smoking weed. Now, the man who is sitting in his mama house smoking weed, he's still over there.
Right.
So their low class is the same as our low class. Because they send their most qualified people here, because that's the only way you can come to America. The best country in the world is to be the best. Right. They come here, and then the notion becomes these people are able to make it. Why can't you? But you got to compare him to someone else who is just as educated as him, and then you'll see that our best, just apples to apples, are actually outperforming them.
Right, but we just got to take consideration. The guy from Africa and the guy that's living in his grandma's basement, we got to take into consideration who worked harder, who's actually grinding to becoming successful. Now that man that's sitting in his grandma's basement, he can do it too. Now, when it is he being like, what is he watching? What is he reading? What is he doing to make himself better? Now, like when it comes to African Americans too, we have so many distractions that has basically kept us from the real, things that we're supposed to be trying to do in life, which is, trying to get properties, start businesses and stuff like that, because like Black people used to stick together and do these things back in the day.
Properties. We still got businesses. We do. We're not like all down and
no, we not.
But you also, because I live in the Black neighborhood. The Austin community is America's largest Black neighborhood.
Mm-hmm, right, correct.
And so what I've seen, because now there's a shift in home ownership happening. Right, that's what took me to the White House in 2018, because I'm like, Ben Carson, some got to be done with the federal housing money. My neighborhood looks way different now. Right. And so, with that being said, I started to research. And the research showed that during the housing crisis, we were tricked out of our properties. That's how we lost 70% of our wealth during the Obama administration. Right. How to show each other grace. Because remember, we are in a constant battle against these Democrats. All the stuff that we just win, and then lose, and then win, and then lose, and then win, and lose. That's Democrat. They burned down Black Wall Street. That a lot of people look at that as a racial thing. They say that the white folks burned down the Black businesses. White Democrats terrorized Black Republicans. Right. Okay. The Chicago riot of 1919, that was the Chicago Democratic Party attacking Black Republicans at the beach. When they were doing the Red Summer, all of that was Democrats trying to disenfranchise Black folks. That's why they were lynching Black folks for voting. It wasn't that they were lynching Black folks. These were Democrat vote, right? Because those white folks are very violent people, which is why I'm kind of nervous, y'all. Y'all know P. Ray don't get scared, but P. Ray is nervous because we got all these people coming here, and the Democrats, that is their mode. That's what they do. They are politically dangerous. The people who declared war on the United States of America.
John Bird killed was a Democrat.
Yeah. Another thing is we as parents, we got to protect our kids from the Democratic Party. And what I mean by that is that, okay, so you got the Africans, you got different nationality. They study quantum physics, biology, and geometry. Some of them are doing good at math and stuff. So, but what our school system is, what they're doing is we have a group of transgender men grooming our kids telling them that you was born as a transgender. Racism is based off of math, reading, and science. So my thing is, as parents, we have to protect our kids from that nonsense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to hold the school board accountable right there, because I know they teach the basic fundamental, but as parents, we have to be more responsible and see what our kids are doing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, because if you look at it, Illinois, we got the kids reading and math level is
abysmal.
It's really down, like 4%, right?
Yeah, it's 8%.
8%.
And then it's so crazy because CTU is trying to bully us out of the money. Like Brandon, he is about to fire the CEO of the Chicago Public Schools because he won't acquiesce to this billion dollar budget that they're asking for. So because the CEO of the Chicago Public Schools wants to guard the taxpayers, Brandon wants to get rid of him so he can install his own CEO who's going to approve this big old budget and then make everybody's property taxes go up even more.
Right.
Yeah,
because that's what his plan was anyway during his election. He want to first take care of the migrant, disregard the citizen, and then he want to raise taxes, just like Priscilla raising taxes. And I noticed something. When Trump was in office and he cut the taxes down, our wages went up. The Democrats wasn't even happy about that because they feed off of taxes. Yeah. They are a bunch of whoremongers for taxes.
And when you say taxes, they basically feeding off the working class because that's
the poor. That's what keep this country going and stuff. And then you got some blacks who say, well, they taxing the rich. Do you understand economics that they ain't gonna get it? We're getting hit. It just goes straight through them to hit our pockets and stuff. So you gotta like we need to teach our kids, because I know the school system don't teach economics or finance, not the grade level or high school level.
Well, it's not even about that. They're not teaching reading, writing, counting, multiplication, addition, subtraction, long division, decimals.
And we're lowering the standards as well, which I think is a real problem.
That he wanted to close the Department of Education.
Yeah, I agree.
Push it back to the states because the Department of Education, there's a graphic that WirePoint published, and they published the declining literacy rates. And literally went from like 70% to 35%. Instituted Common Core. Now, Common Core had to be instituted across the country because this was the federal educational initiative that was pushed through schools that received federal funding. However, if the Department of Education did not exist, they wouldn't have been able to poison everybody with Common Core. Because the parents were doing new math, right? People like, I don't know this math y'all doing. This doesn't make sense to me.
I've heard that a lot.
Yeah, and so look how low the math numbers are now because parents could not help their children at home because they instituted a type of math that the children didn't grasp, the parent didn't grasp, and now we have these big intellectual academic gaps in society. We have a whole generation of kids that don't know their numbers, that don't know cursive, that have a hard time reading comprehension. So even if we were to come in now and correct all of this stuff, we're still dealing with that big educational gap.
I heard that they're going to take that out the school system. People cursive writing.
They just put it back. It's been gone for like 10 years.
Why would they want to do that?
Well, they took it out. So like my daughter, to your point with the international schools, my daughter, when she was going to school abroad, in preschool and kindergarten at my school, Bilingual Academy, the first and only bilingual Islamic international school accredited with U.S. accreditation. 1,000 students, 35 nationalities. We rocking in West Africa. I digress. With that being said, when the children first start writing, we teach them how to write cursive out the gate. So it's not like big A, little a, you color your A. No. We give them little sheets of paper. They get graph paper, and then the teacher like draws dots on there, and she teaches them how to script. So they learn like different word or letter combinations, then words, then they can write their name in cursive. Because the school is an Islamic school, so they also write in Arabic. So you have to get your wrist going. I say all that to say, my big girl was told at school she can't write in cursive anymore because when they switch classmates can't read her writing, and she has like really nice cursive writing. They're like, you know how to write like this? Like, who taught you this, little girl? And she's like, oh, I learned this when I went to school in Africa. I went to kindergarten in Africa, and this is what they taught me in kindergarten. They're like, what? How? You know, but she's the only one. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, we had to leave the country in order for her to get that type of academics.
And I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just want to make a point. A lot of people are basically blind to the fact that other countries compare themselves to everything when it comes to education, the economy, even sports, guys. I know you guys watch the Olympics.
No.
The country, well, probably not this Olympics, but I'm just saying countries are always in competition to see who's the best country in the world when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to education in America, it has been going down drastically, guys. And other countries are looking at this like, and especially enemy countries like China, you know, I don't want to, you know, because we're on the radio, I don't want to get into foreign policies, but, you know, other countries are watching, guys. Mm-hmm. But I just stress China specifically because we do so much undercover business with China. Your boy, well, I'm not going to say your boy Joe Biden, but, you know,
we call him Jim Crow Joe. That name, just because Jim Crow Joe is not the candidate don't mean he ain't Jim Crow Joe. Yeah,
Jim Crow Joe did a lot of business when it comes to China, and his son Hunter. Matter of fact, their whole family did business with the CCP, the China Communist Party, guys. Like when it comes to signing checks and stuff like that, guys, these people are like they're bad news, right? They're bad news. So we just have to really try to get the best we can at what we're best at the moment. Now, me personally, we need to just focus more on education so we can make more jobs for the people. And I don't know how people feel about DEI, but me personally, I feel like the person who's most qualified for the job should get that job. I don't feel like a person should get a job just because they're white or just because they're black or just because of their gender. Me personally.
Well, DEI is mostly benefits gay white men. Mm. Mm-hmm. Look at it. DEI mostly benefits gay white men. So it's actually it's an overt form of patriarchy, white patriarchy.
And yeah, think about it. I'm glad you said that because feminism, who are they putting on top nowadays when it comes to feminism? Dylan Mulvaney.
I was going to say, all of those gay white men. Gay white men have taken all of the power. Okay, when I say all of it, all of the power. And that's what DEI is about. That's why I said I'm done with DEI. I'm done with affirmative action. I'm done with minorities. I'm done with people of color. I'm done with marginalized communities. Like, I don't want any other label on us but the American Negro. Right. That's it. If you say the American Negro, then that's me. All that other stuff is not me. That's not my business. Ball it up and throw it in the garbage and set it on fire.
Well, I would even go farther to say, why can't, and this is what Martin Luther King is has been trying to stress for so long that people still are failing to understand. Why do I have to be a Negro American? Why do I have to be a Black American? Why can't I just be American?
I'm going to tell you why. Because we are our own tribe. We are our own tribe of 40 million people who are indigenous to this land. We are not immigrants. And so because we are American Negro people, that gives us a very special relationship with the U.S. government. According to the 1866 Civil Rights Act, you should read it. When I tell you if they enforce that act, we would be all the way straight. But they have not. We are on the same level as the Cherokee or the Sioux, right? They're native, we're native. We are ethnogenically American. So when I moved to Africa, people would ask me all the time, what kind of products do you use to get your skin that color? And I'm like, what? And they're like, what are you putting together? And I'm like, no, this is just a light skin mama, brown skin daddy, boom, this is what I got. And they're like, no, there's something that looks very different about you. And that's because ethnogenically, we are African, Native, European hybrids exclusively found in the USA.
Yeah. My grandmother's one of those.
Yeah, all of us, right? Yeah, so we, even within ourselves, we intermarry within ourselves. So that ethnogenic nature of ourselves only replicates because we intermarry so much. So like you will have somebody who is like I don't know, mulatto, half black and white. And then you can have somebody who's mestizo, who's black and Indian. This is back when there was only 3 Indians. So three races, black, white, Indian. So you had the mulattoes, black and white, the mestizos, black and Indian. If that mulatto married that mestizo mulatto child will be classified as Negro. You see what I'm saying? Even though they got all these mixes, you can be anything that you were mixed with Negro qualified you as Negro back then.
Yeah, but that's basically what that's the Marxist idea of white people. You feel what I'm
saying? No,
but
there's not white people. We're a tribe. That's the thing. It's ethnicity, not race. Race is dead. I believe that 100% what you're saying. Right. Marxism is race. That's why they're allowing Kamala to say that she a black woman, right? Because now she gets to lump herself onto our ethnicity and get the privileges of being an American Negro. That's why we keep saying we don't wash greens in the tub, fool. Because that's not us. That's not our ethnicity. She ain't telling us about no jerk chicken, no peas and rice, no callaloo,
or a bottle of hot sauce.
You're right.
She ain't said nothing about no hot sauce.
Nothing about that, right? She ain't talking share her cornbread recipe with us. But she washing greens in the tub because she is black. That's what black people do. That you see what I'm saying? But the American Negro was building towns. We had villages, we had banks, we had manufacturing, we had militias. We recognized ourselves as a tribe. But when they push race on us, that's when we got messed up. And that's why white gay men are now in charge.
And you got to look at one thing. Obama funded a lot of money towards the LGBTQ.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he funded so much money. It was like, what happened to what you did say during the speech and stuff? And that's why we had to be cautious of who we need to vote for, because even though we got the same skin of the sin, doesn't mean they're gonna be our kin.
There you go.
I never heard that one. But no, straight up though, like Kamala is not us. She has 2 immigrant parents, right? So that's why she say, I'm gonna free everybody at the immigrant jail. I'm gonna open the borders. I'm gonna give everybody amnesty. Every time they're talking about immigration, they are talking against the American Negro. That ain't our business. Right. None of that affects us. Even with her saying now she wants to give money to first generation homeowners. I'm like, first generation homeowners, our people been owning houses since the Reconstruction. So that completely wipes the American Negro off the table to participate in her home ownership program. You see, that's why we got to call ourselves the American Negro, because what they'll say is that her first generation homeowner program helps blacks. And it does if your family just got here. But for us, no. Who grandma didn't have a building? Or, who didn't have a shack down south that they ran from? Everybody owned a house. We were terrorized out of those houses, but still we wouldn't qualify because that's for blacks.
I think it's kind of warping identity politics with just normal policies in general, because they're throwing race in with policies with Kamala Harris. Like you said, she ain't benefit black people in no way. If anything, she harmed more black people in California than anything.
She put black children in foster care.
Yep.
That's the point that I really want people to understand. She put black children, she was taking those black mothers and putting them in jail. Their children went into the California foster care system.
Yeah. And that starts, and honestly, people are failing to realize, when children grow up without a mother or a father, that's gonna lead them more into a life of crime or a life of drugs, a life of no education. You know what I'm saying? Or if God forbid, if she's a girl, of life of of the streets. But we don't want to fail. I still believe that it takes a village to, but at the end of the day, that child is going to basically see everything and experience everything that you show them as a parent. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you, with the dude, because think about it. If that dude had that same grand mindset in America, who knows what that dude would be?
But everybody ain't got it. You got it on every level. I'm telling you, when I moved to Senegal, they got the same type of people. So people over here, they hang at the gas station. Over there, they land on the beach all day. Right. But it's still, lounging around, waiting to get something to eat, trying to talk to a girl. People who are driven are driven. People who are not are not. Right. So it's not a cultural thing. However, I think that they push that as the norm in our culture. I think that people believe that the majority of us are not working. The majority of us are just laying around. The majority of us are not driven. And that's not true. 64% of the American Negro is middle class. 64%. We not a poor, impoverished, dumb, begging, pitiful people. No, we work. Everybody like to get their hair and their nails done. Y'all want to go to the shop and get the hot towel on your face. That's extra. You need money to do that.
Yeah.
So we've always been a people who really enjoy this country. That's why the Democrats always try to harm us, because we look like we having too much fun. If we build a town too nice, here they come to tear it up. I went to my block club party, my block club meeting, and it's these white liberals, or a white liberal and a queer black pastor woman who lives at the end of the block. And we talk, and I told them I'm doing MAGA stuff, and they're like, what? MAGA stuff? Yeah. And I'm talking to her, and she's like, oh my God, you're not bad at all. I can really see why we would get along. I said, yes, ma'am. I'm just trying to maintain the neighborhood.
The Democrat gumbo recipe. You pass it down, you pass it down, you pass it down, and stuff until one day you get, because now this is the most important election ever. And Trump said, if this lunatic woman get into office, this country is done for. It is done, over with. If you move to a red state, it's over with, because she's gonna let some of them immigrants come in, because this is a border state right now. This is a border state and stuff. And just imagine if you then he did what the question should be this here. And I think that the debate should be good. The debate should be on that term. And Trump needed. I say this: if Kamala Harris don't agree to go on Fox on the 10th of September, I say a town hall meeting and put the pressure on her. ABC, they're gonna do the debate, but CBS, I don't think Kamala Harris gonna show up. Don't show up. Turn that into a town hall meeting. Flip it around on her.
A lot of people suggested that too.
Yeah, flip it on her. Flip it not only on her. Force the media to say why you didn't show up to the debate and stuff.
Putting a lot of pressure
because see, we already learned the lesson of 2020. We should learn the lesson of 2020 when Joe Biden didn't even come out the basement. So now, or the basement, or the casket, or a coffin somewhere. So what happened?
Our president? Somebody don't we feel like America ain't got no president?
Well,
okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
Is that a question? Is that a rhetorical question you just asked?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
It feel like I'm like, where's the president?
Yeah,
I mean, speeches.
I mean, he don't do nothing. He don't be on nothing, because
vice president didn't do anything.
And she had Megan Thee Stallion twerking and stuff, and I'm like, that's a good image for young black women and stuff like that. That didn't help us.
What?
No, it didn't.
They sister, they hate sis energy.
That energy is like
basically trying to portray. Yeah, portray
that's all
black type image. Even with that fake interview with her and Tim Waltz. What Tim Waltz was saying, I only eat white people tacos, and it's like, dude, what are you talking about? So what are you trying?
What's up with him and his horse?
What's up
with Tim Waltz and the horse?
I don't know.
Okay, well, that's a different story right there.
Crazy.
But and then he said that he claimed that he took this weapon of war. I mean, it was this weapon to war zone. And I explained this once before when I did that interview. You had to present a DD-214. That would tell you everything right offhand. It'll tell his record. And his military record is in the VA archives. So if JD Vance, all he got to do is say, why don't you present your DD-214 record? And then if say you're a combat vet, then I won't say nothing else.
But doesn't he have like stolen valor or something like that? Because he said that he was a combat vet and he never went into combat.
Right.
Well, see,
he was supposed to go in 2005.
But he's supposed to go, and then at the last minute he called himself retire. All they gotta do is pull his record out through the archives, and they'll tell everything: the time he served, what he did, what school he went to, how many promotion he got, and stuff. So he could do that. Now, JD Vance did go. He did go to combat. He just didn't go to shoot nobody. He
didn't quit though. That's the main thing.
Right. He didn't quit, but at the same time, J.D. Vance, we call it MOS. If that's another word, shoot, with a gun. He went to war, but he had to, else that would prevent him from going on like that and stuff. Compared to Tim Weiss, he just like, oh, it's a war. I'm going. I'm out. Right. I'm gone. I'm deuces. He say deuces on. He say deuces.
He ain't saying nothing to do that. No, I ain't here for all that.
And you know what? Me being a vet, that is a cowardly way out of it.
Because even what he's allowing in Minnesota, that is such a coward thing to do to let your city burn to the ground.
Well, not only that, but him being a veteran and stuff, he's a straight up coward because he did not go to the front line. Right. He did not go to war.
As a man, he's a coward for sure. Yeah.
Well, that's questionable too.
He said he didn't come all that. He in the reserves.
So why he but see there, during that time, okay, the president activated all reservists, including the National Guard.
True.
Yeah. So once you get processed and you fly overseas, before you even leave the States, you are active duty.
Right.
And stuff. And that's one thing about Tim Weiss. He did not do what he's supposed to do. He just punked his way out of the situation and stuff. Because he didn't want, but he lied about the guns. But like my question would be, well, why did you really what motivates you to really get out of that situation to go to Iraq?
Scared. He was scared,
Scared, right?
He said, heck no.
So now
he was not going.
So now during this election, you got a woman running for president and a woman running for vice president.
Don't do that.
Oh my God. Yo,
Dennis, they gonna say, P. Ray, why you let him come on there with all that? Now,
all that positive energy.
Dennis, man. We love this
because I got all the positive energy and the love to share.
Yeah, that's right. Well, y'all, we gonna wrap this up soon. I just got the low battery vibe for the computer, and this show went on for 2 hours. Normally it's just one, but we have been vibing and hanging out today here at Black Excellence Hour, a show for people with high self-esteem. I got a little more juice so we can keep going for a little while. With that being said, guys, this is not a game. I know we're sitting here and we're laughing and we're having fun, and this is, a good time. However, if we don't do what we got to do in November, this is not going to go right for us. And, I always say that I'm going to move to Africa. Y'all know I got my whole little setup in Senegal. But I was thinking, even if I were to run to Dakar, like the issues of America would definitely trickle down there. And I would not be as comfortable as I was, living there before. Because the dollar is going to be declining, which means the euro is going to decline, which means the CFA will decline. That makes the cost of goods and services go up. I talked to some of my friends in Senegal today, and they said that they are dealing with the same issue of unchecked immigration as we are. So the issues in the Congo and in Sudan and in Chad are bringing all of these illegal immigrants to Senegal because they are a peaceful country and they're a francophone country. So they're bringing all of these French-speaking people there. And it's tearing up the country. It is bad. 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 And so the young men of the country, rather than staying and fighting, they're fleeing the country and going to Europe and coming to America. So they're leaving their people. They're vulnerable. And the reason that Congo is out of control, because people are always like, nobody's thinking about Congo. Well, I'm going to tell you about Congo. Congo is out of control right now. It has nothing to do with the white man, okay? Nothing to do with the white man at all. I'm so tired of people like, the white man is over there exploiting them and making them kill each other, and this is all because of him. No. Rwanda had a genocide in the mid-90s. Remember the Rwandan genocide? So it's Rwanda, and then there's Congo. Congo is to the west of Rwanda. Congo is to the east. No, Congo is to the west of Rwanda. There we go. So they let in all these Rwandan refugees because they feel sorry for them, all the stuff that they went through. When the Rwandan refugees got to Congo, there were too many of them. So then they overthrew the legitimate Congolese government, installed a Rwandan president in Congo, and then started slaughtering Congolese people. And this is why all of the chaos is happening on the eastern side of Congo, because this is where they share the border with Rwanda. And this is just a continuation of their war, because this was a tribal war, but the boundaries are between the two countries. So even though these people are Congolese nationally, they're still the tribe of people that these Rwandans were trying to wipe out. So then they just came over to Rwanda and came over to Congo and kept it going.
How long has this been going?
Since 96. Yeah, this is not a game. Like, they are really over there. The Rwandans are slaughtering the Congolese right now. And they're doing this because of an unchecked border, because of unchecked immigration. If you let in all these people and then they begin to procreate, now they've created their own society, their own country within your country. And then they literally overthrew the Congolese government and installed their own people. And that's why the Congolese government is not doing anything to stop this. We've been hearing about this for years.
So just imagine here in Chicago, because guess what? You got the migrants over there in the South Shore neighborhood, over there on 79th and Oglesby, Kingston, Colfax, Coast. They all up and down over there. Some are on the west side in the Austin neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And then you got some that's probably going to head towards the Inglewood area. So, and the more coming, the less Brandon Johnson going to say about it. So guess what? We don't even know if they are friendly or foes.
Well, to that point, did y'all hear about a guy named Bobby Booth? Let me tell y'all what happened to Bobby Booth last week. Bobby Booth is a black man working as a security guard at the Home Depot on 87th Street. So him and his security guard partner, who's an off-duty officer, they out there, they tell the illegals, disperse. It's time to go. The illegals start to jump on Bobby Booth and beat him up. Pushed him down on the ground, made him break his finger. Bobby Booth pulls out his gun and shoots the man in the leg and in the wrist. The Cook County prosecutor has charged Bobby with attempted murder and aggravated discharge. So So Bobby he was a concealed carry holder.
What?
Yes. So I've been pushing this on Twitter. We're going to get this defense fund. I don't want to start a defense fund without talking to Bobby first. So I have a partner who's helping me find Bobby right now. But we're going to get Bobby the advocate.
We got to get
because he was at the job, got jumped on by illegals, exercised his Second Amendment right, and ended up going to jail.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. He didn't have his firearm insurance. If he would have did that, the lawyers, they will assign a lawyer to him, and then he probably would have won that case right there.
But it hasn't gone to court yet. He goes back to court on September 8th or something like that. I can give y'all the details. Like I said, me and my partner Corey are working on this right now.
So right now, he needs somebody who understands the gun laws here in the state of Illinois.
That's why we need to get him this defense fund, because the state took his licenses, so he can't work right now as a security guard. The state actually, the Cook County prosecutors asked the judge to put him in jail, to keep him in jail, and the judge said no and sent him home and took his gun licenses. So we got to do something for Bobby Booth. Everybody, that name is Bobby Booth. He lives in Oakland, Illinois. Bobby Booth needs help. The illegals jumped on him at work as a security guard, concealed carry holder, FOIA card, all that concealed carry, stuff, right. Concealed arms. He had all of his stuff, and the Cook County prosecutor is currently trying to lock him up.
Something else that just came to my thoughts. This is a red flag law stick too. So whatever he did, they charge him for that. He didn't have a Second Amendment lawyer and stuff like USCCA and stuff, and that's why I say everybody in the gun community apply for USCCA, because they will have a lawyer there just in case if you do a self-defense shooting incident, because they all over Home Depot, Jewels, they everywhere asking for money. One came to me one time, this was back in April. I was putting gas in. This guy, he was somewhere from Somalia or somewhere, and he walk up to me aggressively, and I'm about to pull mines off and stuff, right. Because I can't, fight like I was a 21-year-old. That day is over with for me. I ain't doing all that. I'm not doing all that swinging and stuff.
But again, this man was just at his job.
Yeah, he was.
He was at work and trying to disperse the crowd, and they jumped on him. Bobby Booth. Booth. Bobby with an I-E. Bobbiebooth. Bobby Booth. Bobby Booth was charged by Kim Fox. Bobby Booth, Kim Fox, for shooting at some illegals who jumped on him as a security guard and broke his finger. They said that he went to court. And so when the police came, and it's crazy because the police let him go. Okay, the police came, they saw what happened, they let him go. Mm-hmm. Bobby reported to the police station 4 hours later with his broken finger, and that's when the Cook County prosecutor got him. So it wasn't even the police who put together the report. This is what the Cook County prosecutor is showing us, that the health and safety of the illegal supersedes our own.
But should he be falling under the Safety Act then? Because if you're gonna they're gonna have to let him go, because that law gonna say you cannot hold him.
No, he's not at Cook County. They put him on house arrest.
No, even that's still falling under the Safety Act, should it?
Well, but again, the man's name is Bobby Booth. Look up Bobby Booth. There is a travesty going down right now in Cook County. With all that being said, we got 2 minutes left. I'm going to give both of the brothers 30 seconds before we do our closeout. We're going to start with our vice president. Then we're going to go to Dennis. Give us your parting words.
Thank you guys for having me on the show, man. It's an honor being here today, man. I really appreciate you guys taking your time out your day to, listen to us, me, P. Ray, and Dennis. And I just hope I can come back. We have good conversations for sure. Yeah, man. And I always learn from P. Ray, guys. Every time me and P. Ray talk, I'm always learning some stories, guys, for sure. But that's good, though, because I love being educated. And I feel like African Americans need to wisen up when it comes to situations and stuff like this. So I just really appreciate, I never been on the radio. I never been done anything like this. So I appreciate you guys having me today.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate coming here. I have a blast. And if anybody needs more information about gun safety or want to know where to get your guns, you can go on Facebook page, FAFO Gun Club Chicago. Also, you can go on to the Illinois State Police FOID card application. Apply for that. As long that you don't have a felony, you're good to go. If you do have a felony, just delete the website.
FAFO, Dennis. What?
You don't want to.
You know what FAFO means.
I could give you the from O to around and find out. Right. Now you use that other F to your best imagination.
Well, with that being said, I think we had an issue with the audio. It went out early, so we're not going to do the music on the way out, but I'm still going to say goodbye to you. Oh, it's playing. Oh, it is? Yes, ma'am. There we go. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, we had a lot going on. So we're gonna do a proper ending of Black Excellence Hour, show for people with high self-esteem. Today in studio, I had my team, y'all. I told y'all I had a team. They be B-Ray, don't nobody like you for real. They ain't got no team, ain't nobody coming to your meetings. It's 2 people up in there. You and your door.
That is a lot, man.
I'm telling you, they be hating on the girl. Oh gosh, my friend told me I have to stop pretending that it doesn't bother me. He's like, that's your problem. You trying to pretend it doesn't bother you. It does. Oh, they lie so much. But with that being said, the music is playing, and that means that we are at the end of the show. And with that, everybody, know, trust, and believe that we have a choice. I want everybody this week to go get some money from the DNC. Sell some water, sell some chips, sell some candy, sell some gum. It's a lot of money going in the city of Chicago, but you better stick with the plan. The plan is to vote red. The plan is to save America, our country, where we live, where we pay taxes, because this is our home. There's no place for us to go. The Negro has no refugee status anywhere in the world. So know that your people have been paying taxes and eating cornbread in this country for a very long time. So when we say make America great again, we talking about us, our people, the American people, the people who fought in every single war, gave this country the culture and keeps it funky and fresh. This is B-Ray of Black Excellence Hour. show for people with high self-esteem. As always, I truly appreciate the company. I love you all so much. Be sure to hang out with us this week and see you at the beach on Wednesday at 7 o'clock, 57th Street. Mwah. Ciao. Bravo, team.
Thank you.
555.